Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone. Myself Freema Shaheen. Welcome to the training session series conducted by E-Learning Center, Jazan University. A very warm welcome to the session on creating inclusive and accessible courses for online learning. In this session, we will explore the practical strategies for designing courses that cater to diverse learners, ensuring everyone has the opportunity to engage with and succeed in your content. We will discuss the principle of inclusivity and accessibility, explore various tools and technologies that can enhance the learning experience, provide actionable insight to help you to create online courses that are both welcoming and supportive for all students. Whether you are an educator, instructional designer, or e-learning professional, this session will equip you with the knowledge to foster an inclusive and accessible learning environment. So let's start the journey. What is inclusivity and accessibility? Basically, the inclusivity, this is refer to creating a learning environment where all students, regardless of their backgrounds, abilities, or learning styles, can participate equally. It involves designing course and content, activities, and assessment that accommodate diverse needs, ensuring everyone feels valued and supported. Inclusivity addresses the difference in culture, language, learning preferences, and other individual factors, making the learning experience equitable for all. If you're talking about the accessibility focus specifically on removing physical, sensory, and cognitive barriers that might prevent the students with disabilities from fully engaged with education content. This includes ensuring that course material, tools, and platforms are usable by students with visual, auditory, motor, or cognitive impairments. For example, adding alt text for images, providing transcript for audio content, and ensuring websites are just easy navigatable by screen readers are all part of making education accessible. Let's have a little talk about the importance of inclusivity and accessibility. Creating inclusive and accessible online courses to ensure that all learners, including those with disabilities, have equal opportunity to succeed. Inclusivity means that designing courses that accommodate the diverse learning needs, while accessibility focused on the removing barriers for students with disabilities such as visuals, auditory, or physical impairments. So what is the benefits about it? An inclusive learning environment fosters student engagement, improves learning outcomes, promotes fairness, allows all students to fully participate, regardless of their individual challenges, ensuring equitability access to education. For example, providing caption to the video helps students with hearing impairment, while offering multiple ways to engage with course material benefits all students, including those with different learning preferences. So from the very start, let me give you a one complete picture of this session. Basically, in this session, we will explore the key concept of the strategies of creating inclusive and accessible online learning experience. We will have the key point, the Universal Design for Learning, UDL. That is basically a framework that guides the development of flexible learning environment to accommodate diverse learners. Accessibility standards, guidelines such as WCAG, Web Content Accessibility Guidelines, that outline how to make the digital content usable for people with disabilities. And there's the most important part, that's the practical strategies. Concrete techniques for implementing inclusivity and accessibility in course design, such as using accessible multimedia, creating clear navigations, or offering alternative formats for the course material. Now, first thing, what is UDL? UDL stands for the Universal Design for Learning. This is basically a framework which aim at the creating inclusive learning environment by providing flexible instructional methods and materials. It ensures that the learning is accessible for all the students, regardless of their individual differences or learning preferences. The goal of UDL is to remove barriers in the learning process by offering multiple ways of students to engage and understand and express their knowledge. So let's discuss the core principle of the UDL. Basically, the first one is that is to provide multiple means of representation. This principle focuses on the offering students various ways to access and compare information. Since students process information differently, it's essential to present the content in diverse form. This could include text, audio, video, infographics, or hands-on activities. Some students may more from the visual ads, while the other might prefer the auditory explanations or written content. For example, an instructor might use a combination of the lecture videos, text-based reading, diagrams, and interactive simulation to teach the concept. This ensures that all the students, regardless of their preferred learning style, have access to the material in a way that suits them. The second one, provide multiple means of action and expression. Students have a different way of demonstrating what they know and how they express their understanding. UDL encourages offering students a variety of ways to complete assessments or assignments so they can choose the method that best reflect their strength and learning differences. This could be through the writing essay, presentations, videos, or creative projects. Let me explain the example. Instead of only offering a traditional exam, a teacher might allow students to choose between the writing an essay, creating a video presentation, or developing a portfolio to demonstrate their mastery of the course content. This flexibility helps students to better showcase their knowledge. The third thing, provide multiple means of engagement. Principal emphasis keeping the student motivated and engaged by offering diverse opportunity for interaction and participation. Different students are motivated by the different factors. So providing variety activities that cater to different interests and challenges helps sustain attention and interest in the course. The activities should be designed to be culturally relevant, meaningful, and designed to challenge students appropriately. For example, to engage students, an instructor might incorporate discussion forums, group projects, interactive quizzes, and the real-world problem-solving tasks. These varied forms of engagement help students to stay motivated and invested in the course by offering different ways of participating just based on their interest and goals. Now let's move toward the main and the core and important part to understand. Even you are an educator, instructional designer, or any organizational head, you have to know these standards of accessibility. WCAG 2.1 is based on a four design principle that is known as PRO. Perceivable user must be able to recognize and use of servers with the sense that are available to them. Examples of perceivable are designing, including text alternatives or for non-text content, providing transcripts for audio and caption videos. Text color can be viewed clearly against the background color. For example, a video lecture should include caption of students with hearing impairment and transcripts that visually impaired users can access using screen reader. It's being this is perceivable. The second one is operable. User must be able to find and utilize content regardless of how they choose to access via the voice command or a search engine, or example of operable content that include, for example, ensuring the keyboard only user are able to access and utilize your web features. Adapting the descriptive link, which allow user to understand exactly where a link will take them and compare it to the type of hyperlink content that will be downloaded, ensuring that the keyboard user can clearly view the items your keyboard and assistive technology is currently focused on, just active focus. For example, an online course should be a fully operable via keyboard shortcuts, so students who cannot use a mouse due to physical limitation can still interact with the course material. If you're talking about the understandable, so it's mean that the user must be able to clearly understand your content and services, features, and functions. So, for example, ensuring that the language the content is written in is clear and just comprehensive. If any language change occur, it is annotated by clearly by the system or operating system or whatever that platform is using, ensuring that the features are consistent and predictable in their functionality. So incorporating feasible and meaningful labels for all form fields. Let me explain with examples. Instructions for the submitting assessments should be clearly written and consistent across the platform, with step-by-step guides or video tutorials to assist students who need additional support. While we're talking about the robust, it's mean that the user must be able to interpret your web content regardless of their mode, reliability, and the means of access. This extent of outdated content instigated just browsers and assistive technologies. Example of robust content could be like utilizing the HTML, allow user agents, including assistive technologies, to interpret digital content correctly, ensuring that your code is compatible and readable by the assistive technology. Also ensuring that the important status messages or modal dialogues are backed up in a way that informs user of the presence and the purpose of the allow interaction between assistive technologies. Let me explain by example. For example, an online course should be compatible with the various screen readers, ensuring that the students with the visual impairments can navigate and interact with the course content seamlessly. Now turn towards, as we know all the rules and regulation about this accessibility, now the practical strategies for inclusivity and accessibility. The first thing is course design. The course design should be clear and consistent structure. A well-organized course layout enhances the navigation, comprehension for all students. Using a clear structure with heading, subheading, and consistent navigation menu helps learner easily locate the information and understand the flow of the course. This design principle is especially beneficial for the student with the cognitive disabilities who may struggle with the disorganization, or complexity. How you will be able to implement it, you have to create a syllabus that outline the course structure, including modules, topics, and due dates. Use a hierarchical system of headings. H1 for the main title, H2 for the subtitles, and ensure that the navigation menus are consistent across all courses pages. Include a table of content that allows students to jump directly to the specific section. Alternative text for image imports. These all points are very important to understand as an educator. That if we are just talking about the alternative text of image, that is a very small thing. But this is fulfilling the one of the rule of accessibility, that providing descriptive alternative text or alt text for images is essential for ensuring that the visually impaired students can understand the visual content. Alt text should convey the image meaning or purpose accurately, allowing screen readers to communicate the information to users. So when uploading the image, always include the alt text that describe what is depicted. For example, instead of using image1.gpt, use a diagram illustrating the water cycle with label of fluctuation. So this means giving a clear idea about the visuals. This helps the visually impaired students access the same information as their sighted peers. The third one, captioning and transcripts importance. Captioning videos and the providing transcripts for audio content make learning material accessible to students with hearing impairments and those who benefit from the reading alone. Caption also support the students with the different learning preferences by providing a written record of spoken content. Now, how you will be able to implement it? Ensure that all the video content include accurate captions that reflect the spoken dialogue, sound effects, relevant visual information. If the music is clean, for example, for audio recording, create a transcript that summarizes the key point discussed. Tools like YouTube's automatic captioning or transcription service can assist with all this review and edit for accuracy. For example, if you want your video to be adding a caption or transcript of audio, you can upload via YouTube, and you have to get that from the YT Studio. You have to just select that the transcription or a captioning option, and you will get it. But you have to preview the old sentences accurately sync with the audio or not. Okay, the second thing is the course content. The course content should be accessible content formats. What does it mean that the course content is accessible content formats? Ensuring that the course material are available in accessible formats helps students with disabilities, such as visual impairments, engage with the content, avoid using images as the sole method of presenting important text because screen reader cannot interpret images without just accompany the alt text. Accessible formats like PDFs with the proper tagging, Microsoft Word documents, the HTML files ensure that the student using assistive technology can read, navigate, and engage with the materials. So you can use the accessible file formats, the tagged PDF, the Word file, and ensure that the heading, list, and the table are properly formatted on screen reader. While embedding text in images without providing an alternative text description or a plain text version of information. Flexible assessment. This is the second part of course content, that is a flexible assessment, offering different types of assessments such as Essay, presentations, videos, quizzes, or portfolio allow students to demonstrate their understanding in ways that suit their learning styles and abilities. This flexibility is essential for inclusivity, not all the students excel in the same type of assessment, particularly students with disability who may face the challenges with the certain form. So you can implement by the designing assessment that offer multiple formats for submission, such as written essay, recorded video responses, or creative projects. For example, instead of only offering written exams, allow students to create a video presentation or multimedia projects that show their just grasp of the subject. Inclusive language. Inclusive language means the using the language that avoid the stereotypes, the discriminations, or the bias is the key of to fostering an inclusive and respectful learning environment. Inclusive language respects and acknowledges the diversity in the term of gender, race, any disability, or other identities. This helps create a very welcoming space where all the students feel respected and valued. So you can implement by the using the gender natural term, they instead of he or she. Avoid making the assumption about the student's background and ensure example and scenarios in course content reflect that diverse identities. Just refrain from the language that reinforce the stereotypes and be mindful of using person first language student with a disability instead of disabled student. Technical considerations. The technical considerations for the course content that the course should be designed to work seamlessly with the assistive technologies such as the screen readers, speech to text software, and the other tools that help students with disability navigate and engage with content. Ensuring compatibility means that the student using assistive devices can effectively access and interact with all courses material. So you can implement by the structured content, so it can be interpreted by the assistive technology, use the semantic HTML for heading, lists, and links, and ensure that all interactive elements like the quizzes or discussion forums are navigatable and a keyboard shortcuts and compatible with the screen reader. Accessibility testing. So you must have the accessibility testing. Regular test your online course for accessibility to identify and fix any barriers students with a disability may encounter. Accessibility testing ensures that all learners, including those with disability, can fully engage with the course material and activities. So use tool like Wave, that is a web accessibility evaluation tool, or X, or run accessibility audit on your course pages, combine automated testing with manual reviews and user testing, and where the students with disability access the course for the usability issue, and stay connected with me. I will show you the easiest way to check the accessibility test on your assessments, assignments, the content of your course very easily as an educator of design university you can do. So we do have a lot of real world examples of implementation of these all kind of the rules which is already implemented very effectively, showcase successful online courses that effectively implemented in UDL principle, and also the highlighted adaptation in content assessment and engagement strategies for diverse learning. So the outcome and impact of these real world examples are that discuss the positive results such as improve the student engagement and higher completion rates, present data on enhanced learning experience for students with disabilities, use these outcomes as motivation for educator to adopt the inclusive practices. So let's discuss one case study that is University of Washington Access the Computing Program. So aim to boost the participation of the student with disability in computing field that utilize the UDL principle, offering multiple means of representation, including captioning, video, lecture, transcript, and diverse multimedia formats. And the outcomes they got it that participants reported increased the confidence and engagement with higher retention rates among students with disability compared to the traditional program. So now time to discuss about the tools and resources. Which tools and resources can help us to implement all of these stuff which we discussed already. Video capturing software, we have all the tools which can help us to generate such kind of the content which can help in the accessibility. If I'm talking about the video captioning software, tools like the Riff or the Otter.ai for the accurate captioning and transcription. Document accessibility checker